I have come to a serious realization about this anime. I've just really been losing interest in anything to do with, our waifus. Thanks to this girl named Himari. Look at her face. She just has such a punchable face. This anime has truly created a evil villain out of this girl. To the point where I feel like my libido is seriously dropping. And in which case in the past weeks or 2 weeks, my semen retention has never been better. Every time I think about Himari, I just lose interest in all women. Yes, you heard it right, guys. It's not, Himari just, she was made out to be such a great, nice best friend. Bubbly. They describe her as bubbly. They describe her as helpful. All these things. But then once she showed her true face, her true side, it just so off-putting. It is so diabolical how they can give this girl such a cute face, but her personality is just bottom of the barrel. It just so, it just really irks me. It has really just gotten to the point where I'm just annoyed by her. I'm pretty much just struggling watching this series. I really am. And it's not, Yu's fault or, the other girl's fault. It's all this girl's fault. The things she has done to you, it's just been extremely disrespectful and really just, not attractive in any type of way, any type of matter. And even here, look at her scowl, look at that face, look at that frown on her face, and even what she said, she's like, I can't accept this. She's just now to the point of no return. There's nothing saving this girl from me just wanting to, just dislike her so much. And it's not like she's 100, it's not like she's Satan or anything like that. No, it's not like she's actually betrayed you. It's just this holier than thou attitude that she has, as if the world revolves around her. And to the point where you has to admit that his sole purpose of creating these accessories were just basically for her. And she just keeps scowling at him, she just has this face that's really demeaning of him, that just puts her in center stage. You guys can see here her scowl on her face. Let's see. Look at that face, guys. It's just, and then it gets even worse, guys. Within this episode, she goes so far. Like, guys, this is episode 8 of Can a Boy and Girl Relationship. Can a Boy and Girl Relationship last? Okay, so I'll put the actual name in the description. See, so they're having this conversation. He's a little bit down. You know what I'm saying? People have, trashed his accessories. They trash his reputation. So he's feeling a little down. Allow a guy to sulk. Allow a guy to feel down for a minute. He's been positive throughout this whole episode. He really hasn't really screwed up or really created any real problems or drama. He just pretty much has been pushed around by Himari this whole entire time. It's just so sad to see. But anyways, so they're having this, lackluster conversation. Yu's feeling down. He's really feeling defeated. He's just feeling out of it. He's just not, he's not himself. This is out of character for you. But it makes sense. This is his first adversary in his life. He really started out this business. Everything was going well. Sales were out of the roof. Sure, there were custom made sales. But he was just feeling good about himself. And then he gets hit by a brick wall. Someone tarnishes his reputation by saying that his accessories don't work. The rumors were false. And they threw his accessories to the floor. And now he has to refund them, which is normal in a business. And he, obviously he's still a kid, doesn't understand that these things are normal. People are gonna want to return shit. That's why there's a return area in every fucking store. Sometimes things go south. They don't really want it anymore. They return it. They get their money back. It's a done deal. Get over it. Of course, Yu's not really that experienced. And so Himari here, you know, she just does things the worst way possible. Like if there's, you know, 3 categories, or should I say 3 options, you know, the first option is the not so bad, and then the other one is like meh, and then the one is just bad. She always chooses the wrong option. She chooses the worst option to help someone out. You know, this it's just incredible to me how you can just screw everything. You can just make everything worse. You know what I'm saying? You think things are bad already, but she just makes things worse. Look, she's right here sipping this drink, trying to, you know, just so self-important about herself. Still here screaming at him like, oh, if you stop making these accessories, I'm gonna stop being your best friend. Like, who does that? Like, honestly, like she just says the wrong things at the wrong time. Look at her yelling. Look at her being excessive. Like, bro, girl, like, come on, man. Where's the bubbly? Where's the good friend attitude? Where's the, you know, oh, has my back all the time? Where's my ride and die? Bro, this, I'm telling you guys, if you guys want an anime that just is just perfect for semen retention, that just makes you scoff, like, and it sucks too because not all women are like this, but just me thinking about it just puts me in that mood. Then here, like, everyone's been giving me a culture, so see, he's venting, he's trying to get, you know, get this off his shoulders and have his, you know, friends, you know, back. You know, he's trying to get, you know, sympathy from his friends, which is fine. You know, you trust them, you open yourself up, and all they do is just backstab you and then say you're doing things wrong, what you're doing is wrong, and because you're gonna do this, we're no longer gonna be friends. Accessories were all I was here for. And right here, look, she's just being so pushy. And then around this time, bro, she did this shit on purpose. You know she did this on purpose. You know she did this intentionally. When she has this juice box and then she squeezes it and it gets all over you, bro. Like, come on, bro. What? Why? So yeah, guys, this anime has been tough. It's really been tough. Like, I really have been cheering for Himari's, you know, comeback. I want her to stop being like this. I want her to grow up, stop being self-centered. Yeah, she's being more honest. Sure, she's gotten a little bit better, but it's just the way she's doing things. The author just has made her just blatantly disrespectful, blatantly annoying, two-faced. And guys, if you're still watching after episode 8, I commend all of you. For sticking to it, coming this far. 8, so there's 4 episodes left. We can do this, guys. Yeah, I just want to see them patch things up. I want to see where this goes. I was just so happy. I was extremely happy when they patched things up yet again. Right here, you know, they're saying they're sorry. They're saying like, yeah, we fucked up, yeah, we're being dumb. Right here, and look at this face again, bro. It just pisses me off. Like, she's being so poised now. They pat themselves down, and the only real thing that saved this episode was when Himari was like poking fun at him, and then she was like, you know what, why don't we just actually date? And then, you know, Yu answers with, I will never date you. W holy bro, that made this episode worthwhile. Just, you know, rejecting Himari yet again. This boy, look, if I'm gonna give you any props, that's for knowing that Himari is probably not the one for him. She really isn't. She needs to go find somebody else that's gonna put up with her disrespect. In all honesty, she's gonna find someone just as disrespectful as she is, and she's gonna hate her life for it. Either that or she changes and actually finds somebody who is worthwhile. But you know what, guys, you guys feel my pain. If you guys want an anime that just makes you off-put, makes you pretty much into an incel, this is the anime. If you need an anime for No Nut November, just watch this anime. It will make you want to stay away from women for as long as you can, because this is the reality, guys. Most women are two-faced. Maybe not all, but I would say they act bubbly. They put on this mask on, and then when their true self comes out, all hell breaks loose, and you just want to become an incel, and your semen retention, it's gonna be right there, guys. But that is all, guys. Peace.